Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rox and yes, I did get a mic. So shout out to better sound quality. In today's video, I just want to cover specifically one book, just one book. But I'll start at the beginning of my story. So I have a lot of unread books. Tis my ultimate flaw. I have a lot of unread books and it's something that I really want to tackle. I really want to get that TBR down. I decided to start by sorting my Goodreads and starting with my lowest rated books, just so I know they're out of the way, they're donezo, but mind you, only the ones I own on Goodreads. So I scrolled through it and I picked out a few. I'll insert that clip now. The highest rated, so we're just going to switch it up and get my lowest rated books, and then we're going to see what's on my TBR and I'm going to read it. Oh, and literally the first one on is Alice Hartley's Happiness. I own it. So Alice Hartley's Happiness, that is the first book. We're going to put it there. The next one is We Could Be Beautiful. I also physically own that one and I don't know in which shelf it is. And then scroll down a little. Okay, this Behind Palace Walls I do own, but it's at my parents' house. Like, it's in my old bedroom. It's not here. Okay, so Mokoyepo I do own, but I don't think I'm going to read it because it is also a nonfiction. Let's continue scrolling. Jane Winford. Cannot believe that Jane Winford's on here. I'm actually really looking forward to reading it. The Spy, I also, again, I do own it, but it's not here. Okay. Oh, Soundless. I do own Soundless. So yes, I ended up picking a few of them. I did not finish all of them. Specifically this one, We Could Be Beautiful by Swan Huntley. I haven't finished this one. I am still busy with it. It's like, I don't have a reason to want to read further, so I can see why people might not like this book. I haven't read the reviews yet because I want to remain unbiased and I want to see how I feel about it. I'm on page 37, so I'm not too far in, but we'll see how this goes. But this isn't the one I want to talk about specifically in this video. This is also not the one I want to talk about in this video, but this is another one that I read. I think this was second lowest on my Goodreads of the books I own, because I want you to keep in mind that these are only the books I own. There are ones that are rated much lower. This is Soundless by Rochelle Mead, the first Rochelle Mead book that I read. She's the author of The Vampire Academy, which I have not read. So yes, I read this one and my verdict is 2 stars. Totes not worth it. I did finish this one, but over a very long time period, and it's not even that thick. Interesting concept. It's a world where there's no sound, or this specific village has no sound, but suddenly one of the main characters, what's her name, Faye, starts hearing sound. This is supposed to be like a Chinese setting, but the only thing in any way remotely a little bit Chinese about this book are the names of the characters. So on representation, like zero. And I feel like a book doesn't need to be own voices for there to be some proper representation, but this book just it ain't it, fam. It ain't it. But now I've read it and it's off my TBR. Now there's a special one that I really wanted to talk about, because no matter my feelings on this book, I want everyone to read it. Do you know the author, Philippa Gregory? I feel like a lot of people know her. She's quite well known, especially amongst fans of historical fiction. I personally have never read a Philippa Gregory book, except this one I'm going to talk about, which is Alice Hartley's Happiness. So this book was given to me by someone else. I don't know if they read it, but they gave it to me. But I don't know if they read it. And I kind of hope they didn't read it. Oh, shame, I hope they didn't read it. Alice Hartley is a woman in her prime, yet she's not happy. Her husband refuses to respond to her mature delights, leaving her powerless as his interest strays elsewhere. But a chance encounter brings her the opportunity to escape and embrace the taste of freedom. Liberation comes in the shape of a large, rambling house, access to a small fortune, and the chance to create a lifestyle so alternative that visitors forget why they came. Here, Alice can experiment with her brand of healing, release her inhibitions, and convert others. Sometimes she's even beneficial. Only those too blind to see the advantage of what she offers would be judgmental. But alas, few people know what is good for them, and Alice may have to swap brown rice for cold turkey unless she can run away again. Mysterious. So In this book, basically, we follow Alice. She decides, well, her husband, he's a professor at the university. He kind of decides he is no longer interested in her. He's fallen in love with another student and he wants to pursue that relationship. And this all comes about when Alice is doing I think she's doing the dance of the seven veils. Yeah, she's doing the birthday dance of the seven veils for him. And this is when he's like, I'm not into this. Alice decides to leave him and move in with a unsuspecting student. What is it with these old people and students? But this particular student, Alice meeting the student completely by chance, but this student's aunt has just died and she has left him her house. Alice and Michael, I don't know if I said the name of the student, Alice and Michael then decide to move into this house where they're going to start a growth center. Growth center. It is not that much a growth center. Now, the plot already sounds wild, but that's not what I got from reading the back of this book. I don't think the plot makes sense if you just read it at the back of the book, but that's what the story is about. And I didn't really know because I only read the back of this book. I really want this video to be spoiler free, but I will tell you that there's a scene where Alice this is like the first day they move into this house. The cat comes there and Alice is just like, this cat doesn't pass the vibe check, and she kills the cat. No more about that. That was weird. Some other things that we also have in this book is a weird sex cult, naked moonlight dancing, the mention of African babies. The context of which it was mentioned was a little off, but alas, African babies were mentioned. Lots of shrooms, dolphin-assisted birth. There's also scenes where they're riding around naked on a dolphin. There's also a scene where they load 2 fully grown dolphins in the back seat of a car. I'm also pretty sure there's a scene where Alice gives babies alcohol. Pretty sure this growth center is also a brothel. Oh, and there's a scene where they call a skinny girl, because she's skinny, but she gets called a half-starved asexual, and then a doctor just assumes she's a boy because she's super skinny and has very small boobs. So that's just the notable things that I wrote down. Maybe these aren't the most notable things because the ending is also absolutely wild. Now I want you to tell me, everything I just said, did you look at this book and think, yes, sex cult and dolphins? Also, I really like dolphins. I was not happy about that. I was so upset about that. So I'm going to read you 2 total, opposite reviews from Goodreads. One gave this book 5 stars, one gave this book 1 star. 5-star review just basically says that this book is satire and in the grand English tradition of mocking the shit out of everything, but particularly academia. While the next review, which gave it 1 star, says this is a farce masquerading as a ... no idea what exactly. It's ridiculous. The final chapter would have saved it from a 1-star rating, but she killed the cat. Who does that? Fuck Alice and her happiness. The really important thing I want to tell you from this video, I want you to take with you, is don't judge a book by its cover, because I don't think the person who designed this book read this book at all. Yes, that's just me talking about a specific book. Anyway, okay, thanks. Bye. Thank you for watching this video. Okay, bye.